Greetings, everybody, and welcome back. If you're back, second stream today. Yes, I'm planning to stream during the week. I'm not 100% sure of my schedule, but for the moment, it's 11 o'clock Irish time for about 2.5 hours, and then 5 o'clock in the evening Irish time, 1700 hours, for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours. So I'm going to try that for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, folks, let's leave the Airbus incident behind us, shall we? Just for this stream. Tomorrow we'll kick it off again in the morning. You know, we're in Newcastle here. And I've flown for here many times over the years. And I'm going to do a trip that we do quite often, I have to admit. And we're going to go old school VFR. I'm going to try and go old school VFR. You can see in the other screen there, I have a VFR map. Now, this is going to be tricky for you to. I think it might be tricky. It's a simple navigation technique we're going to use. But the map that I have is very, very poor. And I don't think you're going to see it very well because my other camera's broken and I can't zoom in. So I'm going to try. You'll understand what's happening. And all I have is a VFR map, which you can see. I'm going to make the screen bigger to show you what I'm actually going to do. Okay. I'm not going to look at any weather. I'm just going to look at the windsock. And I'm going to guess. We're going to do old school nav, point to point. Okay. So here's Newcastle. This Colonel Klink made this, by the way, if you're from Ireland and you're interested. It's there in flightsim.to. So we're flying a Cessna 172 without the Garmin 1000. I'm going to get rid of any notifications from the Garmin if I can, just to show you. And we're going to do VFR route all the way to Waterford Airport. So it's going to be fun. Greetings, viewer. We have one viewer. Now it's 7 viewers all of a sudden. Yep, welcome. Now, so yeah, let's get in the aircraft. We'll get the engine started. Let people, pop in, and then I'll explain again what I'm going to do. I think we've got someone with us, actually, already. Do we have someone with us in Newcastle? We've got Jason. Welcome, Jason. Jason is going to come with us from Newcastle. Now, this is real-world time and real-world weather. In where I am, it's raining. Light rain, so we'll see how realistic it is. And real-world time. So, welcome, Jason. So, let's zoom in and get our aircraft organized. We're flying the Cessna 172 box standard. He obviously has the old scenery. That's why he's floating in the air. He hasn't got into flightsim.to, and he's having problems starting his engine. Put the old mixture in there, Jason. That's the red knob. Stick that in. Go on. There you go. You see, is it Jason? Well done. You're listening to me as well. Great. So maybe Jason will learn something too. Happy days, Jason. Right. Let's hop the cockpit, folks. Let's hop in the cockpit. Now, I know he's floating in the air because he hasn't downloaded the scenery, but it's no big deal, Jason. It won't make any difference. So let's start this puppy off. Fuel first. Fuel is on both. Do we have fuel in our tanks? It starts with half fuel by default. We're gonna start with half fuel. Let's hide the massive control column that hides all the important buttons. In the Cessnas, a lot of aircraft do. They hide all the important stuff behind the control column. I know. Master on. Avionics on. Now I'm going to get rid of these because that's going to kind of give it away, isn't it? So how do I do this? Maybe if I zoom in like loads, you won't know where you are. That's kind of... Can I turn down the brightness? That'll do. I'll have no idea where I am that zoomed in that much. So there you go. So that's that taken care of. Let's start the engine before we run out of batteries. The battery will run down very quickly because it's powering all the systems. So let's start the engine. So master's on. Mixture. In. Power. Make sure your power isn't fully in. Don't do that. Put it right there. A tiny little 1/10 of an inch in. Exit. Let's turn some lights. Is there lights here? Yay. Yay again. Okay, let's kick off the engine. Oh, it's gone. There we go. Engine started. Easy peasy. No fancy stuff there. Now, I would like an autopilot. So I have the reel some gear autopilot set up, but is it actually working? It appears to be. I need the autopilot to talk you through stuff. So yes, we have an autopilot, folks. We're going to be taking off. The wind is from the west. Let me show you the windsock. Right, those of you who've just joined us, we're going to do VFR nav old school, point-to-point navigation, and we're going to use what's called the clock code. You see, I have a stopwatch here. Right, I have a stopwatch. So let's look at the run we're taking off. Okay, that windsock is telling us it's coming from the southwest, the northwest, and there's the windsock. I'm not going to do any fancy weather. Okay, that's quite strong. That's about 20 knots. That's quite strong from the northwest. So that's all I know. Yeah, old school. So I'm going to say that's north 300. The wind is coming from 300 at 20 knots, roughly. As you get higher, the wind increases in heading. So 300. Yeah, 300 will do. Okay. But I got a bing bing, and I'd like to thank. Sorry about that. That was One Nut Wonder Boy has followed. One Nut Wonder Boy, welcome, and thanks for following. So that's the wind done. Okay, that's the wind. So we're going to use 3.6. We're going to take off into the wind. Bit of a crosswind from the left. We're going to take off all the way down here. We're going to use all the runway and happy days. So there you go. Newcastle Airfield, everybody. Yes, quite famous in Ireland, I think. Famous, they say. Reset cam. Let's get back to our gun. Oh, we'll have to activate the screen. There's going to be lots of things like this, folks. I'm going to declutter for the moment because you get the eye candy. Right. Got so many wires hanging off me. I'm getting tangled up here. Okay, so the engine started, and let me show you what I'm going to do. If I can, right, I'm going to make this other screen very, 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 very big. Now, the problem I have is I can't zoom in. The other problem I have is the actual chart itself is absolutely terrible in the real world. It's too small, you can't read a thing. I was trying to read things, and it's so small, they don't know how to make charts. No, in this part of the world. So I'm going to try and show you what I'm doing, right? So first of all, let's do a little lesson. Little lesson for fun, right? It's not going to be hard. So we're here. That's where the runway is there, right? Will I use some mouse to do that? No, I won't. There is the runway there, okay? We're going to take off, and we can see Wicklow. So we're going to start from Wicklow, which is just here. You can barely see it. I know you can't see it, but that's the point. And we're going to imagine a line from here to here. That's Arklow. That's another town down here. Okay? So that's our right. So look at your watch here. All right? Transpose your watch. 12:08. The chart is facing up. Okay, it's facing up always away from you. And 12 is also facing of your clock, right? This is called the clock code. It's called the clock code. Okay? So from there to there, right? If that's 6 o'clock, right? Look at this. 6 o'clock's down here. 9 o'clock in your watch, right? See? Up straight ahead, 12 o'clock. If I go up slightly off 12, up like this, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. So you transpose your watch over where you're going from to, and I'd say this is about 7 o'clock. Okay? 7 o'clock. So that's the first thing. 3 sevens. 210, 21. Now, how did I get that figure? What I did is I said, okay, it's about, it doesn't have to be exact, about 7. So that's 6, that's about 7, probably 6.5. It's 7, right? 7 o'clock. So I multiply it by 3 all the time. I'm going to do multiply it by 3. So here's the thing, right? Let's say if I'm going this way, going over this way. 9 o'clock, 3 9s, 27, 270, heading of west. If I want to go up here, if you see the watch here, if I go up this way roughly, right? What's that? 11 o'clock. 3 11s, 33, 330, heading of 330. Do you see what I'm doing here? And it works all the way around the clock. So we just established there two, so what did I say? 7, 3 sevens, which is 210 degrees. Now, how long does this take us to get there? Well, very simply, you're going to love this. From the very tip of your thumb here, from the very tip, and I'll show this again on the cruise because more people will join. More people will join. Very tip, to the very bottom of your knuckle is 10 nautical miles on a 1.5 million chart. It only works in this technique only works in 1.5 million chart, which is the most popular. Okay. Okay. So look, let's measure. To Arkla, that's 10, and a little bit extra there, right? Victor here, Arkla here, about 12. So 12 nautical miles. What you do is you take your 12, divide that by 2, which equals 6. Take your answer 6, divide that by 2 again, which is 3. You take your 2 answers, which is 6 and 3, and add them together, which is 9 minutes. You see? 9 minutes. Now, with no wind. That's all with no wind. So the wind's coming from the west, okay? So the wind's coming from the west. It's going to blow us out to sea, so we want to increase our heading coming down here. So I'm going to guess. I'm going to go 220. So my heading now, instead of 210, is 220. So I'm increasing my heading because I'm turning right. You see, if you turn right, your heading increases. If you turn left, your heading decreases. So I just changed my head. And we got a bit of a tailwind. So instead of 9 minutes, I'm going to go 8 minutes. So a heading of 210 for 8 minutes. Let's see how that goes when we do the next one. All right. So that's what we're up to. And I'll explain that numerous times as we go. So you'll see what I'm saying. We've got lots of people with us. I'm going to make the map a little bit smaller. Oh, I've really made it quite big there, haven't I? I didn't really. Oh, that thing's in the way. I've got another window here, so I've got to do lots of stuff. All right. Okay, great. Fabulous. Oop. There we go. Let's get that screen back there. If we can. Oh, good mother of God. There we go. So we're going to use him from time to time. Okay. Right. So we're going to do that leg first, and then we're going to, when we get to Arkla, we'll do it again. So autopilot should be working, all good and dandy. Happy days. Let's taxi and take off, folks. So add a bit of power. Park and brake is down under here. Park and brake off. Now I may need some lights. Park and brake's off. Put taxi lights on. Of course, it's, there we go. Park and brake. We don't want that. Strobe light. We put that on. Where's the beacon? The beacon's already on. Okay, all the lights are good. And let's push. I don't think we need anything more here for the moment. Okay, let's go. Let's taxi, folks. I'm going to taxi up to the top of the runway. Come on. There we go. Come on, please work. Yeah. My pedals. The aircraft won't turn left. The aircraft won't turn left. This is what happens in your live stream. Is there anything there that is blocking anything? No. So we're having rudder problems straight away. I'm going to stop there before we take off and say hello to y'all, okay? So that's not good. Just hit the Y button here and just get me out of that hole. Why is it doing that? It's very peculiar. Just move it forward a bit. It might be stuck on something, God knows. What's that power? Now it must have been stuck on some scenery there, I'd say, folks. So let's taxi. Let's sit up a little bit in our seat. No, things are not working here. Come on. It's the brakes, folks. I think it's the brakes. No, that was fine. Yeah, always a problem. Always a problem. Let's just tickle in here a little bit like that. There we go. So let's set our barometer to 0. We're 1 foot above sea level. I just hit the B button there to set our Q and H, which Q and H is 1002 at the minute here. Excellent. Come on. It's not really taxiing very well. Don't worry, I'm well used to that in real life. Very lucky to get rudder pedals when you're taxiing of any sort or even any braking. Ah. Oh, just kidding. Now let's back up and line up. Is it the brakes? That's the brakes on, that's the brakes off again. It's quite tricky to taxi. There we go. No need for any radios. No one else is here. Yeah, do you know what it is? I think it's the wind. Have they fixed that bug where you actually can't control the aircraft at all, even with a slight crosswind? Do you remember that? From flights. So I'm braking on the left, and I have a lot of left rudder in here, and that was always a problem. I recall with the crosswind of any sort of Microsoft Flight Sim. I think I was hoping they fixed it. We'll find out on the takeoff roll. Trust me, if we go off the runway, it ain't my fault. Let's use up the whole runway here. No point of having a dead runway behind you, is there? Now, let's brake on the left, spin her around, that's a par, and there we go. Ooh, the weather's moving in, folks. The weather sure is moving in. Yeah, that is going to be a problem. That wind, that crosswind is going to be a big problem. And you know what? The wind ain't that strong. I'm moving my pedal slightly, so I get full deflection of my right side of my rudder pedals. So that's going to be a problem after takeoff. Let's see if the update was actually accurate. Okay, so there's a windsock. Okay, as I said, I'm going to say hello to everyone very quickly before we take off. Let's have a look on Twitter first, and then we go to YouTube. Okay. So we're going to get back to the Airbuses tomorrow, folks, in the morning. Or maybe in the afternoon as well. I'm just going to get the shot here for YouTube. Yeah. I have to actually look at the video itself to get the shot. There we go. We'll go to YouTube. Okay. There we go. Clappy D's with us again, and John Wrench. Good afternoon, he says. Scripper, nice to see you on a school day. Yes, it is a school day. School days. It is certainly a school day. Let's see. That's on YouTube. I have no other chats except Clappy D and John Wrench. We also have, I'm just adjusting my windows here, so I'll be more organized. That's from the last stream. We also have, I think, Matt, Sim Racefly 80, Johnny F 73, Jason is with us. Jason's also with us in the sim, folks. So greetings, Jason. Don't worry if it doesn't look, the same on this airfield, because it's an updated airfield. It's one from Colonel Clink. There, Jason. Johnny F is with us. Johnny F, yeah, midweek exactly, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's go. Okay. Right, first leg. Let's see how this goes, and let's get the autopilot working, etc. So flaps 10 degrees, and hopefully we can take off at that crosswind. Full power. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to take off that wind. It's not that strong. I know it's not that strong. So I'm braking on the right to keep the aircraft rolling, and it won't. Yeah, that's a bug of Microsoft, that you can't have that up already. Is it that? It's not that strong. It ain't that strong, folks. No damn way is it that strong. That's a bit of a disappointment. I'm disappointed with Microsoft with that, because it's not. It's easier to take off with a crosswind. It really is. So we're going a bit too slow there. That's fine. We're going to go and depart how we usually would. And we're all good. It's going to get dark. It's going to get very dark. So let's turn for downwind now. Let's see if we can get my camera working. Or should I say my head tracker? Just activated that. Oh, it decided to crash on me when I loaded the head tracker. Decided to crash. Great. Yep. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. It's another bug. That was close. It was close. Okay, let's get some altitude here. Okay, let's get the, not only just get the altitude working. It looks very dark and sinister, folks. That is not aligned. Is that aligned at all? No, the DI is not aligned either. So the DI is not slaved, which is realistic enough. So let's get set. It only works in straight and level flight. There we go. That'll do. Brilliant. Let's get up there. Let's get up there and see how things are going to work out for us. Let's just check everything here. Okay. Good. Let's hope the engine doesn't cut out again. Let's have a look outside. Bumpy weather. Let's get that autopilot on. Heading mode. Autopilot's on already. Okay, we're working. We're working. Get over there. Get over. Autopilot. Heading mode. No flight director this one. No yaw damper. Now, can we select our altitude? Not really. And we have, but it's not giving me any displays for the climb, which is a shame. That would be nice. It should be on here, the autopilot, but it's not showing anything up here either. Good God, what's going on, folks? Okay, we'll just have to manipulate our heading. Come on, heading. So the minute we get overhead Wicklow Town, which is right there, right, we're going to go to our heading of, what did I say it was? 220. Altitude hold, please. Now, 1,000 feet is fine. So our altitude hold, and that's good. So 210, I said. So we're almost over the town. 210. So heading of 210. I'm going to get my stopwatch ready. If you just joined us now, I'm going to show you what we just did. Okay. You see the stopwatch there? Okay, hang on. We're almost over the town. That'll do. Stopwatch started. Okay, so to get to Arklow, what did I do? What did I do? Very quickly. If you can see the chart, this is the airfield. Sorry, this is the airfield. We took off from the airfield and we went to Wicklow, which is just down the road, right? Arklow's down here. So that is the line that we're going to. Okay? So how did I get my heading? I use my watch. The map north is facing up here. Okay? Now I'm going a bit too fast here. I don't want to go that fast. Because we're going to get there early now. We're going to get a little bit early. So we don't want to go that fast. So we're going to get early. We're going to get there early for sure. Okay? That there will do. Where was it? Yeah, so imagine you're transposing, you've drawn a line between Wicklow here and Arklow. It's about 7 o'clock. It's not exact, it's actually about 6:30. It's about 7. So 3 7ths, 3 7ths, folks. 23 actually. Sorry, just switching off the phone here. Sorry, 3 sevens is 22, isn't it? 21, right? 21. 3 sevens are 21. So 210. So at 210, I was incorrect before. So you just multiply your heading, your clock code, by 3. So 210, and the wind is coming from the west, so I need to increase my heading. So actually my heading should be 220. I was right the first time earlier on. So I'm going to change my heading to 220. And it's a little bit late, but it doesn't have to be exact. And let's get that power setting correct. That will make up for the acceleration. Okay, so we should be there. And now the time, how did I get the time? I measured with my thumb, the top to the bottom, from Wicklow to Arklow. It gave me 12 nautical miles. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Hold 6 in memory. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. I took away a minute, so I said 8 minutes because the wind is behind me. So I've got to adjust for the wind there as well. Let's have a look outside again. So that's what I was doing. If that doesn't make sense, let me know. Where are we? I can't really. Let's have a look at my camera here, see if that's working. It's just ahead there. Let's have a look outside. It's easier in the real thing. Let's have a look outside here. There is what's called British Bay Beach. All the way down there. And Arklow is just down here. Let's see how they've represented the town. Oh, come on. Come on, computer. We just passed it. No. Where is the darn place? Here it is. There's Arklow. Happy days. So we should be there in 9 minutes, folks. Now, the map is so damn small and it's impossible to show it to you on the stream. You know, it's a tricky one. So it looks like I got my heading right. As you can see, there it is there. Excuse me. What's the time looking like? Well, we're 4 minutes into it. And that's... You can fly all the way around the world like that. Why am I climbing? Am I climbing slightly? Yes, I am. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't want to climb. If I trim forward a little bit. No. So the time's looking good. We're 4 minutes. I said it'd be 8 minutes. We should be halfway there. And I think we are already halfway there. So... there we go. Let's have a look at the comments to see how you're doing. Not much comments there. Oh yeah, there's some here. There's some here on YouTube. Rude with the great greetings. Just fly the damn plane. That's what I was thought. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Perpetual Amiga, it's not Sunday. What is happening? Well, Perpetual Amiga, I've decided to stream twice a day. For the moment, the schedule, I haven't confirmed it yet. At the moment, the schedule is starting at 11 o'clock in the morning for a flight, then taking a break for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, then taking a break, and then starting again at 5 o'clock in the evening, 1700 hours. And I'm going to do that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For the moment. So that's the plan. I'm overhead now. Okay, the wind was stronger than I thought. So I'm going to have to... See that? So 5 minutes instead of 8. Right? So let's get our next leg. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a circle around. And I'm going to start from Arklow again. And in fact, you know what we'll do? Yeah, we'll have to come back to Arklow. That's a bit of a pain because I should be ahead of myself and I'm not. We're going to Arklow to Gorey, which is roughly the same heading actually. Let's hop the cockpit. Let's hop the cockpit here. So that worked out, and it was easy enough because it was by the coast. Yeah, let's just go south here. Hopefully I've aligned the compass properly. So Gorey. Where's my pen? Pen gone. Oh, a pilot without a pen. That is a disaster. And you know what? I can't even remember what I did with the pen. can't even remember what I did with the pen. There it is. I'm going to try this again. See, that map is too damn small. Too damn small. The map is just terrible. Arctic to Gorey, it's only about 2 minutes, right? So I can see the motorway is towards the coast there, if you like, to the east of Gorey. So we can have a look and see the motorway there. Much easier to see it in the real thing. In fact, in the real thing, I'd be sitting over here. Usually as an instructor, I'd be on the right-hand side. And you can see the motorway there. You can see the motorway there. Sorry, you can't see that map. It's not working out with that map there. It's very difficult, in fact, to do that. So we're going to Waterford anyway. So, as you can see, the Arklow bit worked out very well, didn't it? Yes, it did. So, to get a VFR map working here, I would like to... There must be a map somewhere that I can get a VFR map for the sim on the screen rather than using a real one, because it's not working out. I'll tell you that much. It's not working out. But I'll just go through the motions anyway. I'd just like you to be able to follow what I'm doing. But there must be, I'll find a way. There's a VFR map there somewhere. There's got to be one somewhere out there. But when I find it, who knows? Let's sit a bit forward in my seat here. There we go. So we're on the way to Gorey. I'm just going to change my heading here a little bit. The wind is behind us. We've got a great tailwind. Producer must be working hard. Producer Buttons is indeed working very hard. Can you see her behind me here? See her behind me here? Can I shine a light in Producer Buttons? Will this work? There's a little dog there. See? There's little buttons there. There you go. So we had an engine failure already momentarily, folks. You know? I'm going too fast. Don't want to go that fast. So let's have a look at Gorey up ahead. See, the logic here sometimes, some aircraft, folks, you know, I can't really see any more over that nose than that. We'll have to look outside. As you can see, our track over the ground is kind of following the coastline exactly, isn't it? About there, look. Look at the angle of the aircraft. So the wind's coming from the west, which is coming from this side. So I have to account for that as well. See that? And there's your actual track line. Right, and look where the nose is pointing over there. That's your drift, about 10 degrees there. So that's that. We've gone miles away from Gorey, actually. We're going to Cortown, as it turns out. Looks like we're going to Cortown, doesn't it? It really does. Now, I'm wondering, are the jets a bit more popular? Would you prefer to be flying a jet? Find VFR map online, you mean? Yeah, I need to find an online VFR map, basically. Now, that's Cortown. That's not Gorey. Gorey's up here. Okay, so I misjudged that one. But no big deal. I still know where I am. There's Gorey up here. You can barely make it out. That's Gorey there. So we'll just follow the coast down to Waterford. That's how easy it is, really. But I'd like to do another little nav thing, okay? It's actually easier in the real thing to do this. It really is, because there's so many things that's going on here. Let's get a point here that we can find. Cortown. Oh, we don't have Cortown on the short. We do find it. Let's take a heading off for Enniscorthy. Let's take a heading of 7 210 210 with the wind 210. Get in 210 and with the wind another 20 21223. I'm going for Enniscorthy next, which is another 10. Actually, I'm going to use 240. We'll worry about it on the way. How much time is it going to get from Cortown to Enniscorthy? It is going to take. So I can barely read it. I can barely read the chart. 10 at 6, 16. 16 divided by 2 is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes. Now we're going to take a minute off that. So 12 minutes. The wind is going to take, it's going to be about 9 minutes. So 9 minutes to Enniscorthy. That's a rough guess. 9 minutes to Enniscorthy, folks. Now I want to climb higher. If the old autopilot would kick in here and show itself. It's not actually lighting up now. Do you know what I mean? It's not lighting. I haven't flown this aircraft for quite some time. There's no fancy miles on it or anything. So I really don't know what's going on here with regards to that. I hit the up button a few times. It's not displaying anything, but we get a bit of a climb going. There we go. Add a little bit of power. We'll do a nice cruise climb. So we're trying for Enniscorthy, folks. Good. Let's not stall horn the climb. I think that'll be enough. Let's level off here. Altitude, hold, about to start here. Just hitting the button. Give me 2,500 feet, please, computer. There is some of there. Let's go outside and have a look and see how that is. Let's clutter up. That's Jason. That was Jason. I think there's someone else though as well there around here. Jason's still with us. We're on the North European survey if you want to join us, folks. There's some showers on the way. Two minutes gone. Cannot possibly read what that is. They got little airports. I'm not going to go on about that map because it's absolutely shocking. Shocking! Usually big town to big town would be a better idea to navigate. So we're on the way to Waterford, folks, if you just joined us. And yeah, I don't think that method is going to actually work. Really. What fuel have we got? Plenty of fuel. We've got 10 gallons aside, 20 gallons. It burns about 8 gallons an hour at most, so we've got 2 hours plus change there. So plenty of fuel. And I'm going too fast again, so we're going to arrive early. Now, Enniscorthy. The map I'm reading off is so small. I need a light, but of course if I shine on it, you can't see a thing, you know. That's Enniscorthy there, so we're going to take so heading all the way to what have I got now? I have 240. That might work all the way. So I expect to see Enniscorthy at some point, and then we're going to go from Enniscorthy to New Ross. Let's see what that will do. We're going to have more of a wind there, so that's 10. So let's say 18 nautical miles. 18 nautical miles, which is going to be 18 divided by 2, which is 9, and then divided by 2, which is, we'll say 10, which is 5, so we'll say 34, 9, 10, 11, 12, 34, would say 13 minutes. I'm going to escort it to New Ross. The heading, I would say, with the clock code, you see that? Using my watch, Enniscorthy. That looks to be about 8 o'clock, 3/8. You know? 3/8, 24, and actually that's our heading now. So we're in Glad now, folks, and now we're stuffed. In a bit of a rain. We can still see out the window. Just a bit of a shower. Nice one. And we've got FS Realistic working here. I should hear a bit more of the... yeah, it's all up and running. Let's have a look outside. We should see a big town coming up soon. Whoever this that is, I can't see her tag. Is that still Jason? Well, Jason's behind us. Paragaming, I don't know if they're with us or not, though, you see. But there's another aircraft up there. See him? You can't see him because the screen's a black dot to you, I'd say. There's an Enniscorthy up there. So we're a good bit off. Right? We're a good bit off. No big deal. I would have seen that from the window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head west a little bit. I'm going to kick it off again from Enniscorthy. We're going to head northish now. So it's fine as long as you can see it. Or west, should I say. It's fine as long as you can see it. So I'm going to go to Enniscorthy and I'm going to go again because the wind's quite strong. So I said Enniscorthy to New Ross. Now that was with no wind. So I said my heading would be what? 240. I'm going to go 250 from Enniscorthy. And it's going to take 13 minutes, I said. I think it's going to take... We're going into the wind a little bit more to Enniscorthy. That's actually direct crosswind. So we're going to leave it at 13 minutes. I'm going to put 12 minutes in there. So we're going to see how that works out. Let's get over ahead to Enniscorthy first, shall we? I'm just looking at the map here to see any features to confirm it's Enniscorthy. The river they have in here, if it is a river, I can't see it on the chart. Can't see it. There's the motorway when it was being done up. That looks right. That's the motorway here. See here? There's a river here, but I can't see it on the charts. Oh, let's go to there. Another town. No, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look and see where we are. Oh, I miscalculated that. Enniscorthy's up behind us up here. Okay, no biggie. So I'm going to take the time off. I'm going to put it down as 9. Maybe take that a minute. So put that down as 10 minutes because that's Enniscorthy up there. So from here, I'm going to take the heading of 240. It's going to be. It's quite rough, but we'll see how it works. 250 I said because of the wind. There we go. My chart is terrible. What it is. So in the real world, I'd go back overhead at Enniscorthy and then turn time talk and all that kind of stuff. So not great visibility. Not great visibility. So we're going to keep going in this way to New Ross. Let's just confirm New Ross. Yep, that's it. That looks like an okay heading. All very nice. fact, that wind. Let me have a look outside. You see, what you can do is, let me show you. This is how, in the real thing, I can judge the wind a little bit better. Hold on, let me closer. I'm looking down at the wheel here, okay? We are drifting towards this way, see? We should have the winds from the west. Yeah, we're kind of going into the wind, so there's no drift there, so that looks interesting enough. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's keep on this track. I'm thinking, because I went past the town a good bit, I should really have more of a westerly heading. Let's go 260, which is there. Because I did go past the town quite a bit, so if you... Let's look outside, I can get back there and make you sick. So if you see my map here... No, you can't see it. It's not going to work for you. Unfortunate. You'll just have to take my word for it, folks. You know? Now, the landing in Waterford is going to be a tricky one. I'll tell you why. Possibly. EI Waterford. It's a small little airfield. Runway 21. Yeah, you see, yeah, look. The wind's coming from, I said 300 at 20. So that's not going to happen. That's going to be tailwind. So we want runway 03, I think. And still, though, well, you know, that's a bit better. So we're going to use runway 03. We're going VFR anyway. So 03 it is. We'll have a bit of a headwind and a crosswind. Now, I'm a bit disappointed with Microsoft Flight Sim because I thought they fixed those issues with the rudder. Let's have a look at the comments. Let's have a look at the comments. Twitch first or YouTube first? Dale Hoover, greetings. Greg Carlos, how are you doing? Robert Rhodes, Epaulets, Alan, how are you all doing? Alan says requires registration, but it's free. What was that for? Fleet Wetsim. What's this? Find VFR map online, you mean? Yes. Put the map on the second stream. Requires registration, but it's free. What's free? Jeff Cooper and Orpheus is with us as well. I haven't seen you for a while. And Petrol Amiga. I haven't seen Petrol Amiga for ages. Or have I missed you? Which is even worse. Food the Great. Let's only get the most relevant ones. It's your avionics off on purpose. No, my avionics epaulets should be on. Because... Oh, look at this. That's why. I did not... I had them both on. You can... And where's the autopilot though? Do you know? Is there an autopilot master here somewhere? You know, there's the autopilot sitting there. Oh no, that's not the CDF. Now the autopilots come up. So for some reason, do you know what it is, folks? I have my Bravo control column on, and that's when I hit the buttons here, it's flicking stuff on and off. It's all out of sync. I think that's what's happened. Thank you very much for that. So autopilot is giving us something. Oh man, what time are we in? I said 10 minutes. I didn't restart the clock watch, the stopwatch. We're going to New Ross, so we're going to New Ross. I don't think you'd be flying. Well, you could fly in this weather, not with a student though, because you know. But I'd have no problem flying in this weather because it's not the worst, as long as it's not, you know, completely fogged out. But you'd be a little bit edgy going, Jesus, you know. What's Waterford like? You know, speaking of which, let's look at the weather in Waterford. I can use my trusty phone this time, and maybe you can see this at least. Maybe you can see the weather I'm looking at. I'm using air weather. No, I bet you can't. No, you can't see it. What a shame. Doesn't matter. Waterford Airport is... at the oh dear. Waterford Airport, 37.6, issued 1600 Zulu. The wind is 360 at 4, so it's coming from the north, that's fine, 03 is definite. It's varying and backing a little bit. 4,000 metres forward visibility. Drizzle, scattered, 700 feet. Temperature 12, dew point 11, QNH 1004. So it's going to be really bad weather in Waterford, folks. Do you know? 1004. Oh, there's another bing bang. A few seconds ago, Clamer has raided us with a party of 8. I know I've butchered you, Clamer. C-A-C-L-A-R-E-E-M-A-R. Clamer. Greetings, and party of 8. Welcome to the Mandis. I was trying this stream here to do VFR with the clock code and the chart, folks, right? But the chart... it's just, I can't be holding it up like this either. It's very difficult. It's the clock code. But it's not really rocking out. It's easier in the real thing. We're also coming into very poor weather into Waterford, and we're VFR, and it's getting very dark. And it's real world weather, real time. And we can't even see New Ross, I think, when we get to New Ross. So, I you know, look. We're in trouble. We're in a bit of trouble. Okay? A bit of trouble. Right. I got it. As you can see, we're in a bit of trouble. But we're heading into the sun, which is west. The sun sets in the west. So we're heading directly towards the sun. Right? So we know we're heading west because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So we're going to be a little bit on the low side. That's what I'm saying. So that looks right. So we're going west. Interestingly enough, I just got to trust my time, and I didn't start the stopwatch. And I didn't write down the ETA, because I was busy talking to you folks. It's getting very, very dark now. Do we have a light? God, we have a little light here. So I can see the instruments. That's a bit better. So on these lights here, a bit better. There we go. I don't like those now at all anymore. It's a bit more like it. Yeah, I can't see a lot. Okay. Little bit lost. But let's not panic, Mr. Mannering. So it's heading for New Ross. Now, I'm looking at the inlet of the river. You can't see that really, can you? I'm looking at... You can't see it, it's just... I'm going to come around here somewhere. Okay? There's a big inlet here. There's a river coming up to New Ross. There's a large road. So I'm going to have to peel. I'm going to have to... Can't see nothing. Now what can we do, you'd say? What would you do, Gripper Sim? I cut down lower below the clouds. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Come on, activate the autopilot, please, Mr. Screen. Altitude select. Vertical speed. Down. It's not giving me an indication of how much down, though. Do you know what I mean? Altitude select. Is that working? No, that's not working either. So I've only got vertical speed. So I'm kind of handicapped today, folks. Let's go down at about 600 or 700 feet a minute. And see if we can see anything. Because I can't see anything here. I need to see stuff. Let's hopefully we can get below the cloud base. I'm hoping. Now, traditionally, the higher up you are, great. You can see stuff and things. You know, and you can get out of a lost situation. Now, what I can do, right, because I got the equipped, is 368 is the ADF for Waterford. So let's put on the 368 the ADF. Do I have an ADF? Yes, I do. I saw it here somewhere. There it is. Oh dear. Oh great. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh no, that's not right. I'm at the frequency ADF. I set the down frequency. Oh, that's 10s now. Damn. I'm trying to operate the damn switch now, and I don't know. I've got to push this in or out. There we go. 368. Push it out. Oh, I see. 3, 6. I need 6, 8 here. Don't crash while I'm doing that. 368. And is that the active now or not? Okay, I'm getting very low here. Oh, there is some stuff here. Let's stop the leveling off before we crash into the sea. So that's not going to help. Getting lower is not going to help. It's only going to make me into more dangerous of pilot. Right, so we're stuck here. Come on, get up there. So I'm going to get up there. Let's activate this fecker. How do you activate? Which is the active one? Oh, there's water down there. No, I can't really move my head around. Okay. Hang on. Can you see? This inlet here of water? Goes into a V shape. We're up here somewhere. So, where were we? Get the goddamn ADF working. How do I switch between one or the other? Oh, there we go. Can we identify that, please? Is there an ident button? Three, 6, 8. Is it giving me a logical heading? 300. No, let's try the VOR here. Let's try the VOR. Oh, that's the damn autopilot climbing too much because it ain't working properly. It's not giving me any indications of my climb rate. There we go. Now we're in the soup. Now we're in the soup. Three, 6, 8. 300. Let's follow the 300. Heading 300. Oops. Now, is that a slaved couple's card? No. So we're heading west now. So it's not a slaved card. Damn! It's not a slaved card. This is real old school. So I want to take a heading of south. Heading of south, please. That should be Waterford. That should be Waterford. 1,000 feet. So this is enslaved, so you've got to align your heading here with where you are here. So for example, now I want to head this, we're heading south, so I'm going to head this to south, because we're heading pretty much south. There is the the airport there. So yes, I'm going to go manual here because the autopilot's it's not working for me. Okay, autopilot off. It's just bringing me towards the ground. So I'm going to stay at 800 feet. I know there's nothing around here. So let's follow that needle. Let's follow that needle. I can see a bit of land here. Let's follow that needle. There is an ILS in Waterford. Oh, I see a little light here. What's that? What is this? Oh, don't climb up too much. There's a light here. I don't know what that is. Going a little bit too fast. What is that light? The needle now is beginning to turn. I'm watching the needle here. I'm watching the ADF, so the airport's out here somewhere. That's the airport. We've got the airport, folks. There's the airport. So let's take a left downwind, or right downwind. So we found it. Oh God. Oh dear. Now let's not lose sight of the runway. Let's not lose sight. This is tricky. Let's stay at 700 feet because I know there's nothing higher around here. And it's easier the tail thing to fly like this because you can see stuff. There we go. There's the runway. There's the runway. So I'm flying like a stoddard. And if I was in this situation in the real world, yeah, you'd want to flaps. You want to be quick. You want to be quick. Loads of runway. Nice big airport. I don't care about the pappies now. Seeing as I'm alive, so to speak. Get on the centre line. Wind is slightly from the left. Well. A fairly tough landing. Brakey, brakey, brake, brake. Brakey, brakey, brake, brake. So you got a few things to do. So I got a little bit lost in the way. Because I could see a thing. But we got there with the ADF in the end. Now I did notice that I kind of spotted where I was purely because of the, I don't know if I said it or not, but I was looking ahead to see what I should see, you know. What do I expect? Any big features that I expect to see? And I saw that fork in the river, the kind of shape of the river. So that was, and then I said, oh, we'll use the ADF. Now ADFs are old school. They're all gone. I don't know if they use, well, they haven't at Waterford, but they're not used in America probably anymore at all. We're going to park up, folks. That's what we're going to do. We're going to decide what to do next. So, yeah, it's a shame, really. I'd have to make a video to show. I've made a video like this before, years ago with X-Plane, of how to do the clock code. What we got here? It was an adventure. We almost got lost. But we saved the day. I'm thinking Airbus now, folks. I'm thinking a bit of Airbusing. What do you think? A bit of Airbusing. Will I try and redeem myself somehow? I need to do some more work before I stream it, to be honest with you, I think. Do you know? So we almost died horribly. I would like a scenery for Waterford. No, I don't think I found one when I went looking for it. But there we are. All the taxiways are very accurate. There is a tower in Waterford. They've just got a building there here. I can see where the fire station and the fuel pumps are in the correct place. There are buildings where I'm looking, which is nice, as you know. Maybe we'll save the Airbus for tomorrow. Or will I keep going? No, we'll call it a day, this one. I want to spend the rest of the night for tomorrow morning with the Airbus. So I made a few little errors on the Airbus today. It was actually, I think, no, I fixed the controller. I might do some Airbus. We're trying to try Dublin and something else again. I think we might do that in the Airbus. Let's just shut this thing down at the fuel pumps. I'll see what the comments say now. There we go. There's a fuel comes up there. Great. We had lots of fuel left, which is nice. Let's put the parking brake on. Put that back. Let's pull the mix. Well, let's switch everything off first. Avionics off, off, off. Masters. I'll pull the bloody thing here. There we go. There we go. So we're still alive after that catastrophe in Waterford. And that was Jason with me behind me. Jason, you following me all the way? It was a renewable drop. Renewable drop. Greetings. Renewable drop. A long time no see. What is this? Renewable drop. Anyone else? I don't think they're with us, though. I don't know. Renewable drop. Greetings and welcome to the madness. Let's have a look at the comments and see what we could do. It would be interesting to fly the Airbus now. I think I could try it again. It's not VFR. Echo awesome. I think it is. First time chat there. Not VFR weather, no. But I was kind of. Here comes Jason. I knew Jason was with us. Soon coming. Let's watch him land here. Jason says he's followed us all the way. A bit of a better landing than mine. That crosswind, let that crosswind catch you out there. Very nice, Jason. Very nice. Well done. Nice one, Jason. Good stuff. Taxi in there. Where was I? I was looking at the comments. Cheermar, welcome as well to you. Why are we losing airspeed? Yeah, I had the autopilot on and they had the power back, and that's the danger of having an autopilot. Is you're going, oh, I'm climbing, the power setting is fine, and you're climbing too high, and I didn't have the right indication I felt from the autopilot. It didn't give me how many feet per minute I selected to climb. So it's probably climbing at 800 feet a minute, where I thought I was only, you know, it's a pain in the neck. I don't like that Cessna now anymore. Acetar for vectors. Yeah, you could do acetar for vectors, absolutely. DCS Duck says, you already there, just arrived, had to help my wife with some tax bullshit. Oh God, I gotta do that as well. No, I'm not even gonna be, anyway. Petrol to make it go around in the world in GA. Yep. And Iceberg. Let's have a look at YouTube comments there. Anything else? What did I miss? Ian Pollard, not a lot. I'm gonna do another flight on the Airbus. Maybe there's someone here who can help me. Now, I did it earlier on today at 11 o'clock stream. And I think the detents on my controller were all out of sync, and that was messing me up goodo, as well as some knowledge gaps. Clappy D says, well recovered, thank you very much. Western Airport is quite accurate in the sim, says Alien Blood. It is actually quite good, Alien Blood. I can't play with the sim at the latest Alienware i9, and the heat from the processor is too much. Dale Hoover's with us as well. He says he was chatting with a friend in the sim that he hasn't seen for a while. Great. So we'll carry on, folks, will we? I'll get rid of my face for the moment till we get things set up, okay? So I'm going to get rid of my face, and we're going to get things set up. And I can kind of take a sip out of my Coca-Cola here while we're doing that. So we're going to go to the main menu. And we're going to do an Airbus flight. I'm going to try that one. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where we're going to go. So that was interesting. I'd like to try the VFR nav like that, but it's actually easier in the real thing, folks. It's easier to do that kind of navigation in the real airplane, I swear to God. Now, where are we going to go is the thing. First of all, I'm going to change my aircraft. We want the Phoenix Airbus. Now, with Phoenix, I understand you got to load that program, which I have on my other desktop. So I'm just going to kick that off so I don't get any bugs. Airlines. Phoenix. Where are you? There you are. Phoenix, let's choose a livery. Something. There we go. EasyJet will do. Great. Close. Where are we going to fly to is the thing. Not a massively long flight, but something I can have a cruise in, you know. How about we'll go from Dublin. Just because I know the taxiways, folks. That's the only reason. I'm going to go from Dublin. Because I know the taxiways. Believe it or not, you know. Something small. Not too many taxiways. Glasgow. What do you say? We go Glasgow. Now, that's not going to matter. I'm going to have to write that down because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully use Navbrief. Weather, and we're going to go to Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. Now, I have to warn you all, if you've just joined us, I am not an expert in Airbus. I get just about from A to B. Now, when I say just about, I say just about, right? So we're gonna pop him in. We're gonna fly him. The Phoenix Airbus. I'll get FATSIM ready here, and maybe you all can help me. Maybe. Yeah, VATSIM. I'm opening up another window here, folks, for VATSIM. Oh. No. I'm already logged on. At least I thought I was. Okay, that's not the window I was expecting. Bear with me now for a moment, folks. No, what am I saying? Navbrief. Navbrief. Nope. I'll come up now. Bear with me for a bit, folks. Where the hell are you? Sorry, SimBrief. There's so many apps. Dispatch. I'm only really getting used to it again now. Just barely. Okay, so we need to create a flight plan, folks. Now, someone told me this morning that you can have the departures and arrivals set in Navbrief. That's what I would like the best. Right, I'm going to get the chat screens up here, so some of you are going to help me. Damn it. Sorry, Alan Blood. I've already chosen. I've been to Liverpool there. I think it was. We could do that. That's a very quick hop, though, Alan. But the reason I don't want to do that now because it happened so quickly, and I need a little bit of a cruise to get set up and talk to you and get some info. So we'll stick with Glasgow, but we will do Liverpool maybe tomorrow. if you'd like. Okay, so the chat stream here. Davy Henricks, greetings. Oh no, that's some nonsense. Sorry, folks. The moderator might look after him. I'm just trying to get the chat organised here. Right. Cut out your pedal stick and throttles for the FMC. Yes, I did that actually, B. Walker. Thank you. I did that in the break today. Because it really screwed me up big style. And it made more problems. And then, of course, what happens is when you're flying this, you have one problem, and it's like dominoes. You might have the speed brake out and forget to put it back up, you know, because you're working on other problems, and that's an issue. So I did that, and if you look here, now I have to change my controls as well. Another thing, I keep saying it, if Microsoft would just, you know, assign the controls to the aircraft rather than, you know, just assigning them. So I have one here for, I'm on the Bravo at the moment, so I'm going to put that to disabled. There it is. And I want the TCQ. Apply and save. Now, see here, climb. So I was happy, at least I did do full flight after it, but it's all working now. That's all set up to normal. That's all set. Parking brake should be on. Okay. So let's hopefully hope that that's not our problem anymore. Let's get our flight plan sorted out. I'm kind of learning now, folks, as well, so please be patient. Okay, so I'm going to go a new flight. I just finished my little cook. I should have had a break there, actually. Little intermission, but never mind. So, Dublin to Glasgow. Okay, airline, we just say easy. Fine. Flight 1000, depart Dublin. We're going to arrive in Echo Golf. Echo Golf, Papa Foxtrot for Glasgow. Alternate back to Dublin. Really? Okay. Depart. Yeah, that's fine. Won't worry about that. Let's put that at 1800. Is that an hour from now? Won't worry about that so much. Registration. I don't need to worry about that. We do need to worry about the airframe. Airbus A320. Is it the N? The Phoenix? Okay. Client profile, fine. Auto. A lot of the stuff I'm not too sure about. The registration, flight number. Okay, fine. An hour. Departure 28. Arrival 23. Okay, so arrival 23. Now, the one thing I don't know how to do in this is the actual departure and arrival. So we're going to go 28 left and just write this down. Let me get my cameras on so you can see the shock and horror on my face. Where's my face cam? There we go. Arrival 23. 23. Part. Taxi. Extra fuel. Okay, we'll take a little bit of extra fuel because you know what I'm like. Take another 3 tons. Altitude auto. Okay, it'll give it to me. Now, dispatch remarks. Okay, fine. Now, here's the bit. Okay? Here's the bit. I suggested routes. Okay? Now, I'd like real world routes. So if I had that one there, right? But that is not giving me the SID and arrival. Ah, Icebird is back. Icebird is helping me earlier on. DCS, any reason why you're not using SPAD next or something? It does have profiles which can be assigned to planes and switches. I just want to, I'll get to SPAD next. I'm trying to figure out one thing at a time. SimBrief, you know, is going to be, when I figure out SimBrief, I'll do that, certainly. Go down to the, oh, thank you, Icebird. Go down to the route options. Route finder, is that it? Route finder, that's custom route. Go down to the route, see you have the SID Rota A. Oh, so you mean Rota A. Rota A, and the arrival is Black 1G. So how do I get the arrival? Oh, here. I'm just reading the comments here. It's always in tech route. You have to SID Rota to A. It's just a question of knowing the SIDs, isn't it? The standard incident departure, fine, but the arrival into Glasgow is the thing. So I need just to know what the arrivals are, probably Icebird. Every waypoint is 5 length and with a number in it. Is a SID or a star. It is a SID or a star. You can use it in this way. I'll have to study that a little bit. So this one here, Rota. You will find them with Naviggraph. Okay, so I've got to effectively, Icebird, what you're saying is I have to know, I'll have to go into Naviggraph, see if it works out, because I think that's what I did way back in the day, and then I'd load it up. Yeah, so I have to just do a bit of work on that. But what we'll do is we'll do this departure here, we'll see how that works out. We'll worry about Glasgow when we get to it, like we did earlier on this morning. And he says now press generate. Thank you very much, Icebird, you've been very helpful. I know it's frustrating for you because it sounds like you are very, you know, familiar with that. You just followed. Okay, fine. Generate the flight. Okay, let's see what that gives us. So it's just a little bit of knowledge with regards to your SIDs and stars from where you're going from and to, I think is, and I can do that in Navbrief. So I'm going to save that flight. Can I save that flight? Save. Where is save? See, I don't know it that well. I don't know where to put my eyes. Why can't I see it? I saw it here before. Edit flight, new flight. Do. I can't. No. Okay. Don't worry about that later. I think it saves them anyway. Okay, so we've got our flight. Okay, let's get this puppy. I should have really switched this on, right? But no worries. We're putting our batteries on. We need those first. We have external power connected. It says it's available. Let's connect the external power. Then let's get the alignment out. 1, 2, 3. Now, typically, this takes a half an hour for everything to line up. Now, why isn't that all booting up? I had this problem earlier on where the screens just wouldn't appear. Oh, I can open up the PDF. Okay, I'm gonna follow what Icebird says to me. Preview and PDF. Okay. This is a big hole in my knowledge here now. All of this. Right? So this is, maybe it's got it all in here. This the SID and the arrivals and all that kind of stuff. SIDs and stars. So is this stuff working? I may have to come out again. See here? They should have boot warnings on them, these screens, and they do not. So I'm wondering, let's just switch everything off. I had to come out of the sim the last time to do this. No, that's not right. That ain't right. So sorry about this, folks. I'm gonna have to come out. I had to do this morning. I don't know why. But this happened to me this morning, and I had to come out and back in again to start it up. Yeah. Let's look at the comments here. I'll help you if you want. Let's stay on the first page. I'll help you if you want. Now open Navigraph, click on flights, then new flights, and then from SimBrief. Oh, okay. So they're mixed up. Okay, so let's just do what ICE said. And by the way, if you're on YouTube and you're going, who the hell is he talking to? It's on Twitch. I'm on Twitch, and Iceberg is helping me out here. So go to Navigraph, you said. Click on flights. Then go new flight. Then from SimBrief, and select your flight plan. Okay. Okay. Now, there we go. So there's a discontinuity there. Right? So here, that departure is fine. That's great. Okay. So what my problem is just this little end bit. What I did this morning was I just went direct to another waypoint, but that wasn't much of a problem. But that's the issue. Okay, I'm just reading his comments here. Let me just get back into the aircraft. Bear with me there, Iceberg. So, or map. Just kick it off in Dublin here. Go here. Doesn't really matter, does it? Just set that as departure, and hopefully we'll just get that problem sorted now. Let's go back to the comments. So here's SimBrief here. Okay, sorry, bear with me. I'm just a bit behind now. Just a little bit behind Iceberg. I have SimBrief. Now click on the green EIWF. Oh, important note: before the pilot enters the plane, they will do all the flight planning. Okay, so before I get into the airplane, I should have all the flight planning done. Is what you're saying? I should have all this done. If you are ready, go into the plane and prepare the cockpit step by step. Okay, great. Okay. Good. Okay, let's just get this stuff organized here, and let's hopefully that problem will be gone. Now all the screens are booting up. Look, so there we go. That's what we didn't get the last time, you know. Please make the Navigraph window full screen. Okay. Navigraph. Boom. So that departure looks good. Okay. That departure looks good. Everything else looks good. Why is it not staying in the... See, this is interesting here. That's an airway here. But anyway, let's not go off into tangents. Click on EI to middle top. Here. Okay. Is that what you wanted? Then open charts. Yeah. And there's all the standard instant departure. So I can choose them from here. Okay. Now left side and click on taxi. Then switch the airport diagram and pin it. Okay, so there's a lot happening here. So what I'll have to do, Iceberg, right? I'll have to wing it because I'm going to bore everyone to tears with me actually learning so much online, you know. I've done this before about a year and a half ago, and I figured it out quite well. I just couldn't figure out some stuff. The search the airport diagram and then pin it. So another good tip: don't use big airports. Yes, don't use big airports. So this is good enough for now, right? We'll wing it, and we'll get there, and we'll do what I did this morning. It might work out well. For learning, especially to use small airports for learning. And Iceberg, you're absolutely right. The smaller the better, and that's why I chose Glasgow. Okay. Another thing I found out, folks, is, you know, it takes a half an hour for all these gyros to spin up and the inertial system to actually load, right? Or to work in the real world. So as I've set it on now, it's going to take a half an hour. Okay. It'll take a half an hour. But what you can do, switch them off. I think Iceberg told me that. And put them back on again. And that's instant. There we go, see? Except for this one. We don't care about him. Okay, so let's go another flight plan. Okay, I don't need the departure brief, sorry. We're going here. Import flight plan from SimBrief. Okay, not worried about the time. Well, that's even worse. What am I doing? Actually, it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. We're not using any internet stuff. Okay, so we've got all the stuff. Talks and whatnot. Okay, fine. Now, let's have a look at a flight plan. First thing I want to do, because that's where the trouble's going to be. So I've got to go into init and load in the flight plan, flight request. Takes a minute. Iceberg says, when I started, I needed about 1 hour for the cockpit preparation. And now I need about 20 minutes for the pre-flight in the MD-82. Brilliant. It's also saying you want to start from 0 to 1,000 for learn. That's not good from the learning curve. Yeah, I'm going to start in the middle. This is how I've learned how to fly the 737 way back. That's where it was, you know. So we'll use cost index 88. We'll go to 25,000 feet. There's the temperature. Great. Okay, now let's have a look at the flight plan. Oh, it hasn't selected the departure. See that? It hasn't selected the departure, so I've got to put in the departure. Usually Liffey 2 Alpha from Dublin, I think. So it doesn't. So I have to spend an awful lot of time playing with this. I'd rather do it online. I'm going to take off 28 left. And what was the departure in nav brief? I think I can just click on it, can I? Rota 2 Alpha. Rota 2 Alpha. Or is it Rote? Rote 2 Alpha. Rote 2 Alpha. Boom. So I see what you're saying about nav brief. Now let's have a look. Okay, I get you. So do it a nav brief first, and then you know where you're going. Okay, that makes sense. So we're all good. So that's great. So let's just do some steps up here. I'm just trying to get everything into the screen here. Let's go down to the next step. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, good. So, what I'm going to do for... oh yeah, I see what you're saying. So let's go to nav brief. I think I know what you're saying, right? So I'm going to fix that bit. Click on here. Arrivals. Okay. Arrival. So we want to approach for, what was it? 23. ILS runway 23. Okay, now I need an arrival. No, not that one. Not that one. No. Won't let me zoom out now. So there's nothing there that matches up at all. No, that's just crazy. We definitely want ILS runway 23. We get radar vectors. It's something I have to work out. Do it your way. I'll watch. Here. Okay. All right. Okay. You have to select an approach after all. Yeah, and a departure, it wouldn't actually put the departure in for me. So it's just a little bit of studying and a lot of hard work. So we got the departure anyway, we'll worry about the rest. We get in. We definitely get in. And let's start the APU. So, usually your radar vectored anyway, I'm told, by pilots. So it shouldn't be an issue. Now, when I started this guy up here, start on, thank you. Let's make sure the APU is getting kicked off. There we go. We expect to see... Oh, I thought it gave you to automatically APU. Let's see if that's starting up. Let's go back outside and have a listen. There we go. Listen to that lovely sound. How cool is that? APU is kicking off. Happy days. I'm going to have to follow my checklist a little bit more religiously this time. Maybe if I just at least put in my approach. No. Let's put in an arrival here. ILS 23. Which one do you use? You know? We'll put in no star for the moment. Still got a discontinuity there, but that's no problem. Let me see if we've got a... Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Okay, so everything's booted up. Gear is on the down position. Flaps are retracted. Spoilers, thrust is so fine. We checked that out. Let's just check that out one more time. Please! Oh. Oh, no. Now that's not working. Didn't I just set the controls, folks? No? Didn't I just set the controls? Jeez, I won't be able to do this if there's so many bugs. You know? I just set the controls. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think my system's riddled with bugs, folks, because it ain't actually... I just set this up. I spent quite a while setting this up. You know? It's not even activated. So now it's forgotten about my controls, so it's going to make me go out and back in again. Is that just me, I wonder? Or is it Flight Simulator? So, we're going to get... Yeah, so that's a problem. This is infuriating. That's quite infuriating, folks. Let's just try that one more time. I think to do these streams here, I need to get my stuff sorted out first before I start streaming. Let's just go into it. At least have some flight plans loaded. Because this kind of stuff just messes things up, doesn't it? You know? It's a little bit unfortunate. Now, please, God, have the controls working, Microsoft. The worry is I might have to reload the whole flight sim. I might have to reinstall the whole thing. Because the VFR maps aren't working, and that indicates to me that there's something amiss in the sim. But that's the first time that's happened. After spending ages configuring the controls, unless I forgot about it. I didn't, because they should move, really, shouldn't they? Ian Potter says the EFB load sim brief in automatically. Okay, great. Hi to all, Geek Dude. How are you? Sorry for all this. We'll get going eventually. We'll get going eventually. Now, let's first things first. No. 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 It's bugged out of me. No. The controls are completely bugged out on me. As you can see here. Would you go away? Yeah, it's not. It's just not. You know, it's not doing anything. That is infuriating. So what I'll do, folks, right? I'm going to restart the whole sim. I'm going to have to restart the whole sim, and that does take a little bit. I'll take my face of shame away. And for those of you who are just not willing to watch that, I understand entirely. Get yourself a break. So I'm going to restart the whole sim. I'm going to stay live, though. I'm going to stay live. Yeah, I'm going to stay live. And we're going to restart the sim. So that's what's going to happen. So let's restart the sim. Okay. Anyone else have problems like this? That's quite displeasing, to say the least. Yeah. I have more troubles with this new Airbus from Phoenix than anything else. It was going very well there months ago. All easy. It might be my system, though. There we go. Start flight sim up again. And we keep slogging away at it. Yeah, I think... I don't know what to tell you. Let's have a look at sim brief here while we're waiting. Maybe if you came into runway 05 direct and dealt with the tailwind, but it might be quite a strong tailwind. But none of these arrivals, maybe... this is something I've got to play around with. I think the best thing to do really is have all these set up working before a stream begins. Would you say so? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Just did there. Okay. It's going to take a bit to load. M.2 drive and everything. And Pollard saying if you click the I, you'll see the approaches to that runway. Yeah, but they're not giving me any sense though. You know? No, I don't want this here. This I don't want any of the approaches now. Sorry, any of the arrivals. I don't want that. Can I disconnect it? It's going all the way down here. Let's go back to where he told me to go to flights. Upload. No. New flight. From SimBrief. There it is. We'll leave it at that. ILS 23. Okay, we'll worry about that when we get there. Hopefully we will get there. Now is the sim loader jet? Yes it is. Okay, let's hope to God this is going to work now. Otherwise I'll have to come out and figure it out of the stream. It's given me a few bugs now already today. It might be my sim though, don't panic. There's nothing against Microsoft. I have in the past had to just remove flight sim entirely, all, you know, and reload it again, reinstall everything. Maybe it's just a question of removing my community folder. Someone did tell me to update the GNS. Mark Cyril says, Gripper, with the current state of inflation, do you guys now have to say thanks a billion instead of thanks a million? Well, a million isn't what it used to be. It's not so. It's not like it used to be back in the day right now. But I'm talking about the 30s. But it's not good. Okay, now let's hope for the best. 1, 2, batteries on. Give it a minute. External power on. Screens are booting up. Now the controls. Yes! So I had to reboot the sim. Boom. 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 Good. Everything's working fine. Good. Okay, we're good. Let's load in the flight plan. Doesn't have to keep us waiting like that. I don't care about the times at the moment. Get the mass and balance. Let's get people loaded on. In fact, let's go jetway there, please. Oh, there's no jetway here. Let's put the stairs on, shall we? Mass and balance. Load aircraft. Load aircraft. We'll do instant just for shits and giggles. There's our data there. Boarding complete. Happy days. Okay. It doesn't have the sound of people boarding and all that kind of stuff. That would be nice. I know there's apps to do that, but I want to fly this darn thing first. Okay, so let's quickly align everything. So 1, 2, 3, off again. 1, 2, 3, and on again. And that'll do it instantly for us. Bingo. Flight plan. Init request. Takes a minute. Go on. Good. Flight number 01. Doesn't matter for now. Cost index, we go 88. We're going to go to 25,000 feet. Now, I know it could be something different. As a temperature, 25,000 feet. Flight level 250. Happy days. Let's have a look at our flight plan. We've got some discontinuities. That's the departure. The departure we said was going to be, we're going to 28 left. We were going to use, what was it? Roche to Alpha. I missed it. There we are. Insert. Good. Let's have a look at the plan. Let's step up. Is that the wrong way? That's the wrong way. Good, 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 good. And from here, we've got another discontinuity. I'm going to wing it from there. We've got a follower there, and that is, I can't pronounce, but it came up on the screen. Tom. I'll just call you Tom. Welcome, Tom. Oh, my camera's not on. Welcome, Tom. Welcome. Thank you for following. And don't remember, you can super chat and you can follow and become members on YouTube and all that kind of stuff if you want to support the channel. I don't blame you for the last 20 minutes there because we had lots of problems. Okay, checklist time. Okay, so, we've done all the checks. Gears, retracted flaps, spoilers, disarm, thrust is... no, that's the wrong checklist there. Single pilot operations. Parker brake set, wipers off, yeah. Spoilers retracted, yeah. Engine masters off. Engine mode selectors normal, yeah. Thrust levers idle, yeah. Flaps retracted, yeah. Anti-skid on. Anti-skid is up here. Anti-skid is on. Landing gear is checked and down. I've done that already. Gear is checked and down. There we go. Fuel quantity check. Let's just... It starts with half tanks. That'll do. If you run out of fuel, well, that'll be more entertainment for you. Landing gear, fuel quantity, okay, fine. Battery master 1 and 2 is already on. External power is already on. Strobe lights auto. Strobe lights auto. There we go. ADRS are already aligned. APU engine fire test. Okay, look, it's the simulator. It's going to work. Instruments display brightness are already set. Seatbelt sign to on. No smoking sign. We let everybody smoke on board. Oh, well, it's not politically correct anymore, is it? I'll put it to off. Yeah. Why do they even have that switch? Anyway. Annunciator lights test. Okay, yeah, there's all the lights. No, that's not it. That's the annunciator lights test. Or, you know, that's just for testing all the lights, which is over here. You know, which is fine. Okay, MCDU setup. Let's just confirm all of that. Let's get that going. So init page 1, init page 1, we did all that. That's fine. When we want to go to flight plan, we've done all that. We checked. We know we have discontinuity in the end. We'll wing it when we get there. RadNav, yeah, that's selected our Dublin frequency for departure. Init page 2, init page 2, boom and boom. Now we got to do our weights. So 0 fuel weight. I'm thinking 60.7. 60.7 kilograms, so 60.7, and now we need our 0 fuel weight center of gravity. 0 fuel weight center of gravity? That doesn't make sense because it's got fuel on board, no? Mach, you see, that's it. Oh, the Mach is there. I think it's this one. What's it say here? No. So which one do you choose? Tom. Oh, it's your average Tom, but you can say Tom. Okay, thank you. That's from. Okay, thank you, Tom. I think it's 29.2. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'll have to look into that. 29.2. Boom. Block fuel. Boom. It should pop it. There we go. Confirm it. Grand. Now performance. V speeds. Okay, let's get our V speeds. Let us go to departure performance. Boom. Let's get the load sheet up here. Let's get the weather, and we can calculate our V speeds. We've got the runway length here from runway 28, isn't it? And our V speeds are as follows. V1, which is 133, and then the rest of 146. 133 and 146. 133 and 146. 146. Boom. Climbs managed. Cruise. Descent. And I can worry about this when we're in the air before we get there. Okay. Predicted wind shear is not enabled. This computer cockpit door is closed. Barometric reference. The weather here, you can request the weather. Let me just try something different here. Is it up here and Atsu? AUC menu. Weather X. Weather required. EI Dublin weather. I know, it sounds strange. Echo India Delta Whiskey. Boom. Give me the METAR, please. Send it. I don't know what that is. Oh, where's my messages here? It's actually quicker for me to look it up on the phone, folks. You know that? It's just quicker for me to look it up on the phone, really. Dublin. There we go. And we have... QNH is 1002. 10002. Number 1. 1002. Number 2. And number 3. 1002. Good. 1, 2, and 3. VFR, we're not using FCU altitude. Let's get our altitude set now. This is a mystery with me at the moment. I'm going to put it up to I'm going to put it up to the actual altitude that we're going to. And I'll tell you why in a minute, because I want to see if it actually levels off with the constraints. Okay. So that's what I want to have happen there. Speed, managed. Okay, good. Heading managed. IRS alignment done. EFIS ARC 10 nautical miles. And flight directors are both on. Flight director 1 and flight director 2. APU should be on. I think I have it on already. Do I not have the APU on? Was that the last time we had a bug that I am thinking of? APU is not on. Let's put the APU on. Master on. And start. Let's have a look. Our crew oxygen supply is on. Fuel pumps, we need those for fuel purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got an error here last time and it hasn't given me an error. That was also a problem. I don't know why it's not giving it to me now. I have no idea. Air conditioning. Let's just put that low there just to stop the noise. No, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay, navigation lights on. Nav and logo, and APU bleed is to come on. Let's check the APU is on. Great. Let's get the bleed organized for the APU. The APU bleed is, see, we're going now. We're flying. External power off. I always get nervous doing that. Now you know why. Now you know why I get nervous doing that. You see? APU. What's going on with the APU? APU bleed is on, isn't it? I'm getting 99% there in the end. You know, so why is it kicking off when I switch off the external power? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I didn't. I think what happened there was I didn't give the APU enough time to get full power. That's what happened there, more than likely. Okay, beacon light on because we're about to start the engines. I feel like it's taking forever. Let's do it methodically. Beacon light is on. Let's engine mode selector start. Engine number 2. Right, mode selector. Do you see my little camera there? No, you cannot. And you can't see it anyway. Mode selector to start, and let's get number 2 on board. No, I'm using the wrong mouse key. What? I didn't touch that. What the hell? Oh. Oh, the mouse is interacting with that. That's very annoying. That could have caused me problems as well. Engine number 2 should be on now. I'm using the right mouse button to move and zoom. So if I hit the right mouse button down now, see what that does? That ain't gonna work for me. What a pity. So it should be starting up here. Yes, stuff and things are happening. Let's start our push back. Let's go out here and go into here. Let's go to ground services. Let's get the stairs. The chocks and cones out of the way. Ground permit we don't need. Anything else? Connect the tug. Start. Parker brake off. And back we go. I didn't wait for the truck. I want to turn to the left. Maybe I should have just stuck with that first flight. Let's start at number 1. Let's move into number 1. I'm going to go straight ahead for runway 28, only because I know I have a reasonable understanding of Dublin Airport, as in where to go. That'll do. Parking back on. No, I don't want that. Anything I've missed out? V speeds or anything like that? No. Okay. Checklist. Review fuel pumps, air conditioning, nav lights, off. Both engines are started. APU bleed. We can switch off the APU now because we're getting suction from the engine, so to speak. Off of the APU bleed and off of the APU. Let's set back our, that should be set to norm, and for reject takeoff, just by memory we should have, I'm going to get max braking. There we go. I'm using my hand here, my controller. And we also want to make sure these are up. Make sure he's armed. We want 10 first stage flaps. I'm not going to worry about the transponder obviously yet on the TCAS. Not going to worry about the transponder. That's set to standby. Probe heat, window heat. We need that for viability in the window. Boom. Probe window spoilers to come. Flaps done. Anti-ice required. No. Auto brake is set. Nose light to taxi. They do love their nose lights. Runway turn off lights on. Park and brake off. Weather radar on. I don't think we have a radar. I don't know how to work it if that's the case. So I'm on system 1 there. Predicted wind shear is not working in this machine. Chrono, let's just do the start. I don't know why you're doing that. Takeoff config to press. We're going to taxi now. This should be happening as you're taxiing, you see. Takeoff memo, check green. Takeoff memo is green. Okay, let's taxi. Let's taxi. Park and brake off. Let's go. Let's get this trip underway. And let's see if I can... So I was a little bit quicker with that than I was this morning. This morning was the first time I've flown the Airbus for a very long time. Oh, there's Rhodes. I'm going to follow your Rhodes. Rhodes 82, welcome. I'm going to follow your Rhodes. And we're going to hop outside and have a quick view before we go. Have I got real world weather on? No. Sorry about that, folks. We're going real world weather. There we go. That's what it looks like in Dublin Airport. And it will look a little bit cloudier now in a second. There we go. There's the renewable drop as well. Renewable drop, greetings. If you want to follow us, we're on the North European server. We're in Dublin. Echo India Whiskey Delta. Or Delta Whiskey, excuse me. Now, to get the outside view. Right. Like that. We're on our way. I hit the C button here. Sometimes I forget I pressed it. So I can kind of steer as I'm going. It's a pity you have to press the C button. You know? Why can't they have it so when you have the outside view, it just automatically goes so I can steer the airplane from the outside? Why can't they do that? Why do I have to press the C button? Because it also operates the camera. Oh god, the dog's kicked off. The dog is kicked off. What was the juice is kicked off? That means trouble. That means trouble. I haven't got my other camera. My other camera broke, as far as I'm aware. So we're going to taxi to 28 left. That's Orbex. I'm going to have to dump that scenery because that's shocking. You know, shocking. There's another one. There's another scenery. I saw. I don't know how good it is. I'll have to investigate that. I'll have to dump Orbex. Because the lighting's terrible. It looks okay there, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it anyway. I've seen better. Now, Rhodes, I'm going to wait for you. Well, I'm going to halt here. I'm going to do the TCAS and the transponder and all that kind of stuff here behind Rhodes. So just stand by there. Yeah, okay. And I'll take off right behind your Rhodes. So hope to God, right, that the controls, let's control it here, the controls, park and brake on, that the controls would actually work. So let's assume he's taken off and we're entering the runway, okay? So what we need is we certainly need our boom and our transponder on. Let's check for any lights. No lights, good. Signs on, cabin, spoilers armed. Spoilers are armed. Flaps to take off, so it's all green. Anything else we need to do when we line up? Nose light to take off. This checklist is a little bit broken up. It's why I have to keep looking at it. Otherwise I just remember. Landing light on. That would make sense. TCAS done, transponder done. So it's just nose light, landing light, TCAS. I'll remember that as we keep going. It's easy. Okay, folks, parking brake off. Let us get on the runway here. I've got my altitude set. I'm wondering if the constraint here is 3,000 feet. So I'm hoping that the throttle will engage. The throttle will engage correctly. You know? And I won't have problems like I did this morning. Never mind about the flight planning aspect of it. But, you know, good joke. There we go. Okay, let's go 50%. Takes a while to spool up on low power settings. Got to be aware of that. Stable all the way forward. Auto throttle's armed. Okay, we're at 80 knots now. 120 knots. We're going. And rotate. 15 degrees. Positive rate gear up. Let's activate the autopilot. Just can't see it. Oh, Y speed 146. That should be managed. Okay, we're on managed speed. Flaps. Okay, we're leveling off a little bit. Hopefully it's going to level off 3,000 feet. That's what I expect to have happen. Okay, flaps up. Now, if I come outside here and it goes crazy when I come back in, I won't be pleased. There is Dublin, folks. I love the sound of those engines. That whining sound. Sometimes I hop in and it's gone crazy. That's a warning already. Good talk. Now I'm getting warnings here. Side stick forward. Calibrate null zone. Oh jeez, I didn't bring it back to climb. I didn't bring it back to climb, folks. Buttons, please. Please stop jumping around. Good talk. No. No. No, please. Please, please, please. Good talk. There you go. There you go. Go on. Good talk. Good talk. So it's busted now. I've broken all the rules because I didn't take it back to auto throttle. Now at least it's working. I just forgot to do it. Forgot to take it back. What's the next constraint? Flight level 90, was it? Yeah, flight level 90. Side stick forward, calibrate null zones. Side stick sort. So we didn't break the speed limit. We broke the height limit. No, we didn't break the height limit. I think I just got it just in time. I think I just in time took it back to climb. And I should have done it earlier. Okay, good. Let's keep working. The gears up, flaps are retracted. Spoilers disarm. Thrust is set to climb. Autopilot is working correctly. Nose light off. Nose light off. Runway lights off. Okay, now it's level off at 9,000 feet, so no, I didn't bust anything. Panic. Now, I forgot to set. See, this is. If I had a button to press it, it'd be so much easier than having to do this. So standard is after. I think it's 3,000 feet here. We'll just put it to standard now. 1 and 2. I'll leave number 3 on the Q and H. Okay, so everything's going fine. That's what I'm saying. Everything's going fine now. We can go past. I think it's 10,000 feet. We can go past 250 knots, isn't it? So it's going to start accelerating after this restriction here, which would be great. Let's have a look at the comments. Good dog. Look at the weather, though. Look at the weather. It's stunning. Ray J or Jay Jr on YouTube says, have you calibrated your NVIDIA driver? I have. So I updated. I have, and I didn't initially, and the frame rates were terrible. So I updated it then, and it's much better now. I have it set to 30 frames a second because you're watching TV, and TV's are 24 point something frames per second, 25, and it's smooth as ice at that frame rate. So I have it set to 30 frames a second. It's so to be consistent, there'll be no choppiness. So it's actually operating very well since the update. JR. Mike, Sarah, does the producer have her safety belt on? No, she doesn't. She was jumping on me. And I had to... There, she's sleeping in her bed now. She's happy. We'll have a break in the cruise for 5 minutes because we will have time, I think. And then I can give producer button something. Clappy, check the weather. When was that? Check the weather. Grab at the current rate of inflation. Oh yeah, we read that already. Nothing on Twitch. Okay, so we're off. We're off. So I'm streaming every day at 11 o'clock Irish time in the morning, and then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. That's 1700 hours in the evening. Every day of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 4 days. And then Sunday, 2100 hours. So quite a lot. And I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn more while doing this. Okay. People are going to help me, like Iceberg did there. Help me. Now, he's really getting to help me there. And it would be useful if I wasn't online. You know, Iceberg would be really useful if it would save me so much time. But I'm online now, and I'll just be boring everyone to tears. So let's think about when we get there. Now we're climbing back up. I'm just keeping an eye on everything here. So I'm delighted that the levers are working. So that was a disaster earlier on. Let's see if the whole flight goes well. So hopefully I've calibrated them correctly. Good. So climber, we've done that. Cruise, we're not there yet. We're still climbing at 2,000 feet a minute. I'm just going to refill my glass, folks, if you don't mind. You don't need that anymore. And I'll just temporarily take my face off. And I'm going to go and fill my glass. So far so good. So far so good. Did I switch off the EPU? I did. Okay, back in 1 second. Let me leave you with some outside view. I'll be back in actually 30 seconds. Come on, Bots, we get a tree. Come on. Come on. feet. Get my headset on. Glad to see the aircraft isn't diving into the sea. 25,000 feet, and the restriction is flight level 230. So, oh, we're not at that yet. Okay, we're at 18,000. Brilliant. Everything's good. Now, we're going to 340 knots. I don't think I can get much faster than that. Let's see if we can get faster. Let's go into init and change the cost index to 99. Nav acquire upgrade. What does that mean? Lots to learn. Was that an old error? So 99, not much of a difference between 88. It'll probably accelerate it a bit more. Increase its speed. So that's all good. Yeah, Clappy D, when I restarted it had standard weather. I forgot to change the weather again. I know. Now we have live weather. It's just what I do not want to happen. I don't want that to happen during the stream. But look, you know what they say. And I said it a million times. There's someone behind me. Who's that? That is... We're on the North European server, folks. And, you know, your tag isn't coming in there. And I can't see who you are. It's amazing to think how, you know, the weather in Ireland. Where I am, it's raining. It's low cloud. As you saw in Waterford, if you're watching since the beginning. Oh, God. Waterford was awful. And look, it's clear skies here. I think we're passing Drogheda here. A few people flying around. I just want to see if there's anyone who that was. They've gone now. I can't see them. Okay. 22,000 feet. Ground speed is 444 knots. The wind is northerly, coming from 3240 at 324 degrees, 73 knots. So we've got a slight headwind. So that's going to slow us down a little bit. We're still climbing. I would say around here you can let the people walk around. Did I switch those off? I did. Strobe stays on, doesn't it? That's what auto. Is the strobe on? Let's declutter here for the view. Yeah, the strobe is on. Weight on wheels, obviously. I think that would make sense. You can't have the strobe on the ground, so I think it's set to auto, so when you take off the strobe goes on, I'm guessing. So when we get to our cruise now very shortly, I'm going to start getting ready for the approach. God help me. Arrival. Oh, who's that? Where are you? There you are. Can't get your tag. It's infuriating. There's the sun off in the distance. So it's going to be a bit messy coming into Glasgow because I haven't figured out the approach. I'll try and do that now. That's stuffing things up. Yep. That's some of my stuff there. The real sim gear doesn't work for this. What's the real sim gear up here? This is never working at all anymore. The radios. This is why I'm not in VATSIM, because it's on and off and it works. That it doesn't work, it's driving me mad. These two I've disconnected for the moment. And there's the thrustmaster throttle quadrant. So we'll have no view zoom of this camera here. I might use that for buttons. At some point, change all that around for the producer. Let's make that a little bit. Let's play with this a little bit. Maybe we can zoom in here. Oh no, I tried this already. There's no zoom. It won't zoom. It doesn't have the technology. It's a shame. It was a cheap camera. It's my own fault. Now, okay, we're on the cruise. Okay. Select approach. This is the tricky part. Select approach. I don't know. Now, let's put in some weather here because it's going to ask for that. It's asking for destination data already. So let's go to performance. Destination. Managed, fine. Q&H in Glasgow. Oh, it's very low pressure, 999. 999 hectopascals. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check that with the real world on my phone, okay? So Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. Yeah, 99. No. Q&H is 9er, 9er, 9er. Good. 11 degrees. Check that. 10 degrees. Okay, 1 degree. Let's not fight about that. The wind is 280 at 8. Here's 300 at 8. Okay, so it's a little bit behind. That's all. I would say. The Q&H is correct. We want to... Oh, Barrow we only have for approach. 200 feet we put in. Oh no, what's the height? Oh, let's just put in 200 for the moment. Wind, I said, was... the real one we put in 300 at 8 knots. Temperature is in Glasgow 10 degrees. Now, what is this landing config here? Full flaps, is that? Good. Transition altitude. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just get there neatly and worry about the law, the rules later on. Let's go around fine. Okay, we'll get fancy later. So there's a lot happening, I noticed, from yesterday's stream. First of all, when something goes wrong, it's like a dominoes effect. Everything else goes, because you forget to do other stuff then, because you're behind the airplane altogether with one person. That's the danger. Well, it's not dangerous, it just screws up the stream. I think plan your flights before you start streaming. And yeah. Now, let's go to flight plan here and worry about our flight. Now, what's that dot there? So, Jesus, how far are we at now? 54 miles. Oh yeah, it's not going to give us a full amount because I haven't got it in. Let's activate the approach phase here. Let's activate, but I haven't done that. Now, this is why I'm in trouble. I don't know when to activate the approach phase. You know? Let's go to flight plan and select our approach. Not really much of a wind, so I'm going to go for 05 this time. Hopefully we get straight in. Now, this is the problem I have. I don't know which one of these to choose, so let's just say no star. Let's see what that gives us. Well, that seems to give me everything there. Okay, we're good. So that worked out quite well because it's a straight in approach. We're not going to the back of the westerly runway. Now the only problem is that we're going to be too high, and I haven't set my altitude. Bugger! This is a this was a mistake. So now I'm going to be too high. Let's change the. Let's see, can we slow down? Let's get the index to 22 here. Will that slow us down? I hope. And we're going to be way too high. Putting out the speed brake now to slow down. Now, my hand hit off the throttles there. I hope that didn't screw it up. We are very close to the runway, so I've screwed it up a little bit. That caught me off guard, I have to admit. We're 40 miles out, and there's no way we're going to descend 25,000 feet in 40 miles, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch. This is something new for me now. I'm going to switch my heading to managed mode, or to, not managed mode, but my mode. And I'm going to do a right-hand orbit. For spacing, let's just say. Now, I want it to descend a little bit faster than that, please. Why aren't I descending? It's just not descending at all. So I'm going to take over that as well. Oh, it's not in managed mode, that's why. Let's see what happens if I put it in managed mode. Come on. See, I'm having trouble pushing that button in and out. I'm having big trouble. I've got to figure that out. The mouse is causing me all sorts of problems. That is not... Okay, that's some sort of a descent there. Let's keep turning around. Now we're coming down. I gotta remember I got the speed brake down here now, so I can leave my hand on it. So I can see here a profile here once again, so I've got to figure out what's going on there. When do I hit approach mode? It just got me off by surprise entirely. We got there very quickly in my mind. So descending is a problem. So just fix it, right-hand orbit. Engines are at idle. Can I put flaps 1 out here? Flaps 1, 230, and I'm just below 230. Let's put 1 degree of flap down. Just at the edge there. That'll help us get down a little bit better. See, I didn't set... I want that to be a lot more of a descent, please, and it keeps resetting. I don't know why that reset. So I'm asking for 4,000 feet a minute now. Let's have a look at the plates for Glasgow. $2,000 feet and base to 4,200. Okay, so we're not in management. I'll go to 3,000 feet and hopefully that will work for us. 3,000 feet. Okay, let's put that in the other window here. It's the controls that give me an awful problem. Now we're still at 19,000 feet, so we're going to go around. Will we get there? No. Let's go around again. There it goes again. So I'm having problems. I want to pull it towards me, and I don't know if I'm pulling it towards me or not. The button, you know? So that's in and that's towards me. That's fine. That's what I wanted, but it's not descending. It's not giving me the descent I want. I'm going to burst some eardrums here, folks. Now it's giving me what I want. Let's go around again. So I was way late choosing my descent. I'm going to have to look up that up. Anyone any ideas? When do you know when to descend? Now, what I should have done is what I did before was, 30,000 feet, you start descending about 100 miles out if you do the math. I know it sounds stupid, but you activate your approach page when you're approaching. I think you missed your top of descent. Home email says. Thank you, home email. Yeah, no doubt about that. So how did I miss my top of descent? I'll have to study up on this a little bit. I think you'll all agree. But look, you know what? This getting out of holes, you learn an awful lot, you know? It's about getting out of holes, isn't it? Because if everything goes right all the time, the minute something's out of kilter, you can't fix it. Do you know? What I'm looking for now, see this little dot here? Let me show you. This little dot here, right? That's our descent profile. I need to be on that. That's where I need to be. That's what I'm hunting for. So we're 13,000 feet now. What was the plates there? Let's just get it set up. I didn't set that up that time. We want to be at 3,000 feet. Okay, let's go back to... Maybe still too far away. How far away am I? 42 miles. I think in 42 miles... There we go. Let's go back to manage descent. Or managed systems. Please keep sending. So I may have gotten away with this, folks. I may have... Why am I turning right now? Now, there's a lot of stuff I should be doing. Like, why is it turning right instead of not left? Clappy D, see you tomorrow. No worries. I do intend to get very good at this, folks. There we go. See the dot coming up here? Should be on that dot, and we're going to get one for speed as well. I'm going to take the speed brakes off now. Speed brakes are off. It should start leveling off. No. It's a bit slow. It is leveling off, but not. Okay, that's working. That's working. Let's assume we're in the hold. That's all I can say. Now, please don't go around circles. This happened to me once before. Just kept going around and around and around because it couldn't reach the waypoint. Now it should start turning left momentarily. Please turn left. Please turn left. Please turn left. No. No. I want to go direct to F05. Direct to F05. CS05. We're stuck. I don't know what's going on there, but we're going direct now. Now we take a left turn. I had to just go direct there. I think it was trying to get to a waypoint and kept circling around at that time. So direct gets you out of a hold sometimes. Now it's going to start turning left. Great. We're in the soup here, folks. Can I do something about the lights in here, maybe? Okay, let's get back on it. Right, we're back on it. Distance 44 nautical miles. We're on we're a bit low for the profile, but we're not too much out. I'll take the flaps back up. I want to make sure I'm in climb mode. I got a bit of a shock there because 10,000 feet. Okay, so let's assume the transition is 10,000 feet. We've been given clearance to... what's the constraint here? 2,400. Why aren't I descending? Okay, maybe it's going to keep that altitude. Now it's descending now, and our glide slope is above us. You see this? This is what I don't know if it's a sim or me now at this point. Okay, let's go to the checklist here. Let's get some taillights going here for starters, folks. Why is the logo on? Oh, the wing isn't on. Is that it? Where's the logo? I thought this would show me the Novan logo. And it's not lighting up the logo. What a shame. Now, I did set the reason we're going so slow is because I set the cost index to very low. So let's go to 77 there, and you see it accelerate now. Watch this. It's kind of up and downy a little bit, but we're kind of on profile. Let's get rid of the... Well, I'll need that flashlight actually. Let's leave it on for the moment. I'm pretty sure you don't need one in the real thing, but I would like a little light somewhere. That's on and that's on. That's air. 220 knots, really? I may have activated the approach phase too fast. This stuff I gotta look at in documentaries now. Anyone know when to... Let's have a look at the comments here. I have to go. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look at Twitter comments. Twitch. Okay, no comments yet. It's flying very slowly. Let's go 99 at the cost index. $29 miles to go. Can we see Glasgow? Lovely weather in Glasgow. Not so much where we came from. I'll be trying this again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'll look at a video tonight. If I learn one thing a day, Roars126, hello. Roars, welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. I'm learning the Airbus. R-O-R-Z. How do I pronounce that though? Roars. Roars. I'm learning the Airbus again. I did this with the 737 with the Zebo mod and X-plane. And I got really far. I was doing well, you know, and I stopped. So I think if I stream twice a day, and sometimes people come on and they help me out. Like Icebird has been very helpful, but it's stuff that I should know before I stream, and he's absolutely dead right. He's given me some great tips, right? So the first one is, you need to have the flight plan before you go flying. You need to have that right. Okay, and you need to have simple airports. Don't go to complicated airports, because that makes things all the more difficult. I'm using, or trying to use Navigraph here, which I've got to pay for. Now, speaking of which, let me just check that's got the frequencies on here. We are now 22. What, we're still 22 nautical miles out, are we? Where are we now? Oh, 21, okay. Which reminds me. Recorder's on now, so I can record the landing. Fly Life Studio was the setup. Sorry, folks, to take you out. Sorry about that. I want to get this thing working called Fly Life Studio, okay? I've been there for a moment. Okay. Yeah, it's been a very bad stream this evening because I've had to restart the sim a few times, and it's been a learning curve. There's quite a lot to it, you know. Okay. What's your favorite route? Mine's Echo Golf PH2 Echo Golf Lima Lima. I don't have a favorite route yet because I'm trying to get used to working how to fly the darn thing, you know. I'm kind of, what, I don't know, 4%, 5% there. I can get from A to B. Sometimes I have to read up on the approaches. How to set them up with Navigraph and SimBrief and that kind of thing. That's tricky. Now we're on profile here. See the little dot here? That's what I was above that before. I was way out, so I had to do 2 orbits. So now let's get ready for my we're on 11010. Let me just make sure I have the right frequency in there. 110.1 is correct. We're 11 miles out. We're going to get ready with the flaps now and all the gear and all that kind of stuff. I want to be ready to press the approach button, which is way over there, way over here. So once I have it stable on the approach within the dot each, I'll set approach mode. So I'm gonna, that looks good. Here's the diamonds here. So I'm gonna put approach mode on now. Boom. Approach mode on. 10 nautical miles out. 1 degree flap. So this is looking good. This is looking good. What else have I got to do? What did I not do? Unless, yes, you know, guess what I didn't do. Landing lights are on. Strobe beacon. Nav logo. Taxi. Takeoff. Let's read the checklist. It's rates on. Confirm ILS. Done that. Intercept heading. Local line. 10 miles out. Flaps 1. Done that. 8 miles out. Flaps 2. 8 miles. We're at flaps 2. Okay, we're going to flaps 2 now. Flaps 2 set. What flaps 2? Don't need gear down. Okay. So we'll put the gear down now in case we have any issues. There's the runway there. Let's get the gear down. Gear is coming down. Auto brake set is required. Auto brake set to max. Oh, I can only go to medium, can I? Okay, fine. Nose light to take off. Nose light to take off. Runway turn off lights on. Spoilers arm. I'm recording this landing. Let's go flaps 3 now. I'm recording this landing, so to see the landing I'll go to daylight, and I've forgotten the last stream at 11 o'clock to show you my 2 landings. I'm sorry about that. It's a tough one. Okay, here we go. Anything else to the checklist? Auto throttle is set. And that's everything done. Now, when will I disconnect the autopilot? Is the thing. Well, let's have a look here. Oh, sorry. Cat 3. Okay. Well, we'll take it. We'll hand fly it a little bit. Let's F12 that there, and there's my view. I hope I have the autopilot disconnect button done. Feet on pedals now. I think I have the right button on autopilot disconnect. What a view. Control. I'll get rid of that light there. I see you coming down. Okay. No. It won't disconnect. That was working before. Okay, let's disconnect the autopilot. Autopilot disconnected. I don't have time for you now. 140 knots, it's fine. Less is more. Okay, it's my airplane now. Less is more. Less is more.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Less is more, please. There we go. Less is more. Well.
Tank rate.
40, 30, 20, retard.
There we go. There we go. Not much of a thump there. Again, that wind there. Reverse thrust now. Can't hear the reverse thrust. Don't know what happened to the sound. There it is. There it is. I wanted to get that taxiway. Excellent. Flaps up. Very nice. Didn't hear much of... I think about this aircraft is I can't hear the sounds very well. I don't know what you guys think. But I think that was an okay landing. We're going to have a look at the replay. I'm going to come up here a little bit. Going to stop. Once I'm clear of the runway. Once I'm sure I'm clear of the runway, I'm going to taxi back. Okay, let's do a halt here. Parker brake on. Let's get on the APU. Let's disarm the spoilers. Let's get the TCAS off. Let's get the transponder on standby. And let's have a look at the checklist. Okay, last page. Last page. Weather radar off. Off. Yeah, that's off. Flaps retract, I've done that. TCAS off, yeah, done that. Transponder standby, yeah. Predicted wind shear, we don't have. Nose light to taxi. Nose light to taxi. Nose light to taxi. And there we go. Nose light to taxi. Landing light retract. Let's retract the landing lights there and there. Spoilers retracted. We've done that. APU master on. APU's on. Anti-ice is required. We don't need the window propete, I guess, anymore. And then we go to the shutdown, so let's taxi back. Now, out of for shits and giggles, what I want to do is I want to ask the tower to give me directions. Request taxi to gate. Now, in bigger airports, this is tricky. Let me write that down. Let's acknowledge the clearance there. So he says, gate 30 via Charlie Alpha Golf Mike. Now, I have made a button there to... There we go. Yeah, there we go. So, for bigger airports, this is going to tell me which way to go. It's on flightsim.to. I'm going to use it. I call them baby wheels. So how do I know where I am now? Where, you see, flightsim may not have all the, all the directions. You know, they may not have all the paraphernalia to tell you what taxiway you're on, what you're going to. So, for example, here, I don't know what that is. Now, these lights are red for a reason. Maybe I'm not in the right taxiway. God knows. God knows. Can't read very much here. Oh! Anticipation! Go on. Now, so we're on Alpha now. The throttles are very sensitive here in this. So we were on Charlie there. Now we're on Alpha now. I'm looking for Golf. What's Alpha? And there's Golf there. Okay. So I think it's practice. Glasgow's fairly small, but I think it's practice. Oh, Tritz, thank you very much for subscribing. Oh, Tritz, it's a new subscriber. Thank you very much, Tritz. Thank you very much. I hail you, Tritz, for becoming a subscriber. Thank you very much. That supports things. Now we're on golf. Great. So now I know what's going on. So I'm looking at the signs as I'm going. We're on golf still. See? On golf over here. And after golf is Mike. So you see here it says M. I don't know if you can see it. You'll see it when I get closer. You see it has a G in the square box here. That's the taxiway you're on. It says M. You're going to take a left. So here, I'm going to go here. So if I, to avoid getting lost, it kind of tells, see the little dots there? It's kind of discreet. That's a flightsim.to taxi. It's like just look up taxi. Now I have to say to you, I would have gone down here. Let me just. That is a bit of a bummer. So I would have gotten lost there now. You know. Come on, I had a bit of power here. Oh, I'm getting a red light here. And it's got the big box there. I don't like the big box. Now I can switch it back off there now. There we go. So now I know where I am. Now, there should be a yellow line to bring me down here, and I can't see it. The right one. See here? Should be there. There's the yellow line, okay. No marshaller? Really? No marshaller? So that flight plan worked out. It was my second flight now, and God knows how long on the Airbus. That worked out kind of well, I have to admit. That did work quite well. It worked out quite well. Let's come to a halt here. Let's put the parking brake on. And before we switch anything off, let's have a look at my landing. Okay? I forgot to do that in today's stream earlier on, and I live in shame. I live in shame. So let us get that program. Where is it? Where are you? There we go. So I'm going to change to daylight, because you won't be able to see anything otherwise. We're going to have a look at that landing. So stop recording and replay. Let's pause the replay. Now things won't show. They won't show the flaps, or probably God knows the gear. Maybe I don't know. But we'll take it from here. Resume replay. See, it's gone crazy here. So, you know, it's flashing the lights and everything. But at least we get the landing in. At least if I put it in, I know you'll see it better in daylight. So I know it's going from dark to light. So that worked out quite well, I felt. Let's get rid of right there. Now, as you can see in the recording, it doesn't record the flaps, you know, and other bits and pieces. But I tell you what, I just noticed there, you'll notice when you're flying slower, it'll lift up the lift dumpers here to steer. I saw it flopping up there a minute ago. Oh, I went manual there. Did you see the big change? Oops. I didn't need to do anything, did I? There's the lift dumpers coming up and down. Look at them. You see them? So this is all manual from here. I was too low and then it's too high. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't off entirely as far as I'm aware. It was a little bit low. Added a bit too much power. There's not enough throw with the throttle quadrant. I find that messes me up a little bit. So here was the landing at night time. I had to go to the day. So here we go. Let's have a look. Not bad. I went off the central line a little bit after. I don't know why that was. It just kind of... It's like any wind, any slight wind. There's the reverse thrust coming out. And there we go. So any wind whatsoever that pushes that tail makes it very, very difficult, you know. It does make it very, very difficult. Let's go back to nighttime. So I think that was an okay landing. I'll take that. I'll take that. Let's end the replay. Let's go right to the end. Stop replay. Boom. Yeah, I want to put that. Thank you. Let's get some stuff going here. Let's get some stairs. Let's see how this works here for the arrival. So Phoenix. I want the GPU. I want that. Just give me everything. Forward stairs, aft stairs, chocks and cones. I want to open the right door. No. Where's the stairs connected to? That's the thing. You know. So let's see what that gives us before we shut everything down. Okay, so it just puts the stairs up. There's a great mod, I can't remember the name now, that people walk and all that kind of stuff. It looks really great with all the gear. But people are walking in the air, so I haven't paid for that yet. I'm not paying for that yet. The tail lights come on now that we're down. That makes sense. It's weight on wheels. You know, it doesn't make sense to have it up in the air. The gate is too far away, I think. And let's deboard and switch off the engines. So now what should happen is I just switch off the engines. Let's go to the checklist. Just finish it off. I know you all won't watch to the end because it's all boring for you, but let's keep it realistic as we can all the way up to the end. So shutdown, park brake is on. Yeah, anti-ice is off. I did that. FAPU available. APU bleed. See, just as well I went to read the checklist there because the APU is on. Let's double check. Yeah, the APU is on, but I didn't have the bleed on. So I want to keep power on the system. Bleed. We're not really starting any engines, but anyway. Keep bleed. Where's the APU bleed? Right top here. There we go. APU bleed on. Let's get the external power. External power is on. Engine master 1 and 2. So now I'm taking power from the APU, the auxiliary power unit. So when I switch off the engines, let's have a listen to some sounds. So when I switch off the engines, they don't. I don't, end with no power whatsoever. Let's have a look here. That's 1. And 2. Good. I might get that app actually with all the people coming in. Rods, thank you very much. Tritz, thank you very much, Tritz, and thank you so much for the subscription. Oh, you just came on there, so I missed your message there because I was so busy. I was so busy. We are well. Thank you for the landing. I wasn't like that this morning. Nope. It was a little bit of a Ryanair landing this morning. Let's see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to... No, all the lights should be off as well, by the way. Thank you very much, Marco. It says, I've done it again. I've gone and missed another midweek stream. Gripper, you're a bold boy. You should let us know. Now, Marco, yes, you're quite right. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up a schedule. Maybe I'll make a little video. I'm not doing it tonight, but I want to see how the schedule goes. So what I'm planning to do, Marco, you can spread the word. I'll put it in Discord now, actually. I'm planning to stream at 11 o'clock in the morning and at 5 o'clock in the evening. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. And we'll see how that goes. So I'll put it on Discord, actually. That's easier, and then I'll make a video. Because I'm streaming now, I won't have much time. Clappy D, thank you very much. As I said, home email, thank you very much. And everyone else watching on YouTube. And do you know what, folks? I won't bore you to tears. Or not bore you. I'm not boring you to tears. I thought you wouldn't be watching otherwise. but I'm looking for my other buttons here. So streaming is hard, folks. It's tough in Flight Simulator. You know, if they're playing a game, it would be all good. Look, folks, I'll be on tomorrow at 11 o'clock Irish time. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's going to be the Airbus because I need to get some practice. I'll see you again. Thanks a million for watching.